All right, so we've got this question here. It says, assume that you invest your funds at an interest rate of 10%. What would be your real interest rate if the inflation rate is 2% and the inflation rate is 6%? Okay, so basically, we want to find the real interest rate. The real interest rate is the interest rate that is adjusted for inflation, because inflation can affect the returns that you get from investments. So this is the formula we'll use. 1 plus the real interest rate equals 1 plus the nominal interest rate divided by 1 plus inflation rate. Okay. The simple version of this is just real interest rate equals the nominal minus the inflation rate. Although if you want to get an accurate real interest rate, this is the formula that you use. Okay. This formula, just use it in case you're in an exam, you've forgotten this formula on top there, then you can use this low and below. Okay, so since we want to get our real interest rates, it's good we should even transfer this one here to the other side. That becomes minus 1. Yeah, real interest rate equals 1 plus nominal interest rate over 1 plus the inflation rate minus 1. So our nominal interest rate, this is the interest rate that is not adjusted for inflation. In the question, it was 10%. So it's a 1 plus 10% is, in decimal form, is 0.1 divided by 1. So at first, the inflation rate is 2%. So divide by 1 plus 0.02 minus 1. So we have 1.1 divided by 1.02 minus 1. So 1.1 divided by 1.02, you get 1.078 minus 1, you get 0.078. Multiply this by 100, our real interest rate is 7.8%. Okay. So after you invest your funds and you're expecting a 10% interest, but there's been inflation of 2%, the real interest that you're going to get is 7.8%. Okay. After the inflation has eroded part of your money, what you're getting in actuality is 7.8%. Okay, which is, if we use the normal formula, I mean the simpler formula, real interest rate, nominal minus inflation. So 10 minus 2, you get 8%. So you can see you're going to get values that are very close, but this formula gives you more accurate values. Now next, want to find out what's our real interest rate if the inflation rate is 6%. Okay, you've invested and the interest you're supposed to get is 10%, but then there's been inflation of 6% that year. What's your real interest? So our nominal interest rate still stays the same, 10%. Our inflation rate has changed to 6%. Excuse me. 1.1 divided by 1.06. You get 1.0377 minus, subtract that from 1, you get 0.0377, which can be, when you multiply by 100, this becomes 3.77%. So as we can see, the higher the inflation, the lower that you're getting in your returns. Okay. It's like the lower that you're getting in your returns. Yes. Any questions?